Good morning, everyone. I am here at Ghosts with Horns Animal Sanctuary in Arizona. And I just wanted to do a little Sunday morning check-in. Sorry, it's a little loud over here. Nala's banging on the gate. Hang on, girl. Let's see if we can step away from all the noise. It sounds like the neighbor is also doing some yard work or something, so it's getting a little loud. We'll head this way. So I think I said it last week, but I had to eat my words that we were done with all the 100+ degree days, but it seems like we actually are for real now. Yesterday was, I think, the last one. So it is really starting to feel like October. I mean, we are still in the 90s, upper 90s and things like that, but it seems much more manageable for everybody. We had been serving up a lot of electrolytes here to mainly the goats, but the chickens as well. For about 2 weeks now, we have not had to put any of the rescue flock 911 in any of the bird waters. And yesterday we used our last gallon of electrolytes for the goats. That is something that we make here. It's just a homemade mixture. And I just don't feel like they were as eager for it as they have been. On some mornings, we would go through, gallons. We'd have to keep mixing up a gallon. We would just walk around with a bowl and a gallon jug and just keep pouring until, everybody was satisfied. But lately now some of them would just kind of sniff at it or weren't really feeling it. It's almost like, obviously they're so in tuned with their bodies, like Miss Chicolette here just knows that she needs a little scratch in between the horns. But it was like they knew, oh, you know what? It's not that hot. I don't feel dehydrated. I think I'll just drink my regular water. I don't feel like I need to chug electrolytes down. So that is one little task we can kind of cross off our to-do list until probably the springtime, once it starts to get really hot again. One thing we will start having to add back into our routine is getting the kettle out for Gibby's bath. So Gibby, our OG of the sanctuary, you've seen before, gets a bath every single day because he had a marsupialization surgery that saved his life a few years ago. But basically now when he urinates, he doesn't have a steady stream. It kind of just drips out. This is not him. This is Thomas, our Dorper sheep here, who actually has an old injury kind of acting up a little bit recently. So he got a little glucosamine cookie yesterday to kind of help his joints. But as I was saying, Gibby gets a bath every day. So we kind of spray him down with the hose. And once it gets much cooler, we start to warm up the water in a kettle, pour it in a bucket. And so that way it's, warmer for him and, not quite a shock. When it's cold out, nobody wants to be sprayed down with a hose. But right now we've already kind of cut back in the middle of the summer. We were kind of giving him a bath almost from head to toe. Excuse me, Willow. Sorry, I'm just going to get this bucket out of here. Not actually his face, but, from his neck down, we would just kind of super soak him and let him get nice and wet and cool down. But now we kind of just do like his back legs and his belly, the area that needs to be cleaned. So soon, like I said, we'll shift down even more so that we are only wetting what absolutely needs to be wet, and we'll be doing that with warm water. Let me pull this bucket out of here, then we'll go back and say hi to some more friends. Oh, poor Miss Peanut tries to make a run for it. She saw her chance, but I was too fast that time. There's been plenty of times where these guys do get out onto the chicken side, though. They look cute and innocent, but I'm going to tell everybody watching the truth. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they will run over here and try to eat all the bird food. And this side over here, the bird side, as we say, is also where we store all the hay. So they'll make a run towards the hay pile and try to just chow down. But even though goats do have a relatively hardy digestive system, and the stereotypes, goats like to chew on all kinds of random things like cardboard boxes or tin cans, that doesn't necessarily mean that they should be eating everything. And even hay in excess, goats can get a condition called bloat, and it happens from usually when they overeat. So goats will literally eat themselves sick if there's been times that we have some sort of a fundraiser or a celebration, and there's a lot of people that bring produce donations. We should just let them feed and let everybody just eat and eat, and it's like they would never stop. And just like in any animal or human, you're not going to feel very good when you overindulge a ton. So then the next day we would notice, some of the animals are having, not very healthy poos, they're kind of getting diarrhea. And like I said, they can also get this condition called bloat, which can be very serious. And we have had goats give themselves bloat from overeating. And so it's our responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. We cannot be overfeeding them or, just letting them have completely unrestricted access to, goodies. When they're out in the pasture, they're not going to necessarily gorge themselves and overdo it on grass. But if we're tossing out watermelons and bananas and carrots and all these different things, they are like, oh, it's like kind of like junk food or treats or dessert for them. So they'll just keep going. So we got Willow here. Her favorite little booty scratches, wags her tail all happily here, as you can see, just a little wiggle. She's so cute. So Willow and her brother Butters, I'm not sure if I've mentioned their story before, but they were somebody's pets in a local town before they came here. So their life wasn't so traumatic as some of the other animals that have been rescued from different industries. But when COVID started, they moved their elderly mom in with them, and she brought her dog. And even though the dog was a sweet and wonderful dog, some little friends back here, little sheep asking for some attention too. Sorry, Willow. Got to give them some love too. As I was saying, it wasn't the dog's fault. It was just couldn't fight his natural instinct of viewing both Butters and Willow as prey. So the dog did get a hold of Butters, her brother, and he did survive. Obviously, he is right over there, but it was pretty serious. And they built a separate part of the yard for the dog, but the dog was just desperate to try to get at those goats and make a meal out of them. So they were really scared that, maybe one day the gate wouldn't be latched all the way, or somebody would forget to bring the dog back in when they run to the store, and maybe he would dig, under the fence and kill their sweet goats. So they knew that they needed to find a safer space for them, and they weren't going to have their mother-in-law get rid of her dog. So they needed a new home. So that is why they came here. And we do have Albert, our Suffolk sheep, and Thomas, our Dorper sheep that we met a moment ago. And though these guys were both 4-H rescues, so FFA, Future Farmers of America, and 4-H is an organization that goes to high schools, middle schools, it goes and sees kids at school, and then they try to get them to learn about agriculture. So growing crops, that's amazing, that's wonderful and so needed. But however, they will also give the students maybe an egg to hatch, or in their case, a baby lamb. And they don't lie about it, but they don't advertise the fact that at the end of the program, and be it a couple months or a few months, when they go turn in those animals, they are going to be killed. So a lot of kids are under the impression that, oh, I'm going to go turn in my sheep, and I'm going to get he's going to get to go live at a nice petting zoo somewhere. Somebody's going to adopt him. He's going to have this great life. But that's actually not what happens to them. They do go to slaughter for people that eat animals. Here at Goats with Horns, we advocate that people make more, if not all, plant-based choices rather than animal-based choices, just because there is no kind, compassionate way to make sure that the animals are having, the best possible life if you're really just trying to exploit them for their flesh, their fur, their bodily secretions such as breast milk or eggs. So, we don't use the animals for anything here. Sanctuaries love and protect their animals, and we're not here to try to get anything from them. We're here to give them a good life. And the only thing we get from them is joy. So luckily, the girl that was raising Albert, as well as the girl that was raising Thomas, they both learned the truth about what was going to happen before it was too late. So they were able to get removed from the 4-H program to safety. Oh my, I don't know if the microphone's picking it all up, but all the roosters are just cock-a-doodle doing like crazy this morning. They must be having a little a singing contest or something. Okay, Albert, let's walk over. Let's say hi to Gibby. Make our little rounds like we usually do. Hi, buddy. So last week you might have seen that Butters had that horn injury. It is all healed up. The vet was out here this week. Hi, handsome. And he was just fine. He did not need any type of medical attention for it. We don't even have to continue to clean and rewrap it. It's doing good. So, we got Gilbert. Well, he's like, I'm out of here because Gibby might be getting jealous and try to headbutt me out of the way. Oh, so what? You don't want me to pet Butters, but you don't want me to pet you either? You being a little stinker? Oh, no, the opposite. He's going to give me a little back rub. So in case you didn't know, Gibby is famous for his back rubs. So he and his late sister would just sit and just rub on you. So I can even kind of turn like, oh, yes, get my legs, get my lower back. And like rug burn if you slide on carpet or something, and you get that little burning sensation on your legs or wherever you get burned. If you just stand in one place when he's in a really rubby kind of a mood, you will get horn burn, not because he's trying to hurt you, but just because he'll just rub and massage you so long with his horns. He's just so sweet. And you think like, oh, that's a little scary or nerve-wracking, but even though his horns are so long and strong, he turns them so that, you're not getting, poked at all, and he's very careful. So he's just the sweetest guy. All right, let's go see over here. Mr. Swerte, I think we're gonna, Nala, like you saw right at the beginning of the video, I had to walk away because she was banging on the gate and it was just so loud, but I think she's also kind of banging on the gate to say, I'd like to come out now. So I'm gonna go ahead and let these guys out, and then I will walk over on the bird side. We'll say hi to some of them. Okay, Nala. Okay, cute girl. Let's open this up. Got some freedom now. Gonna go running around, walking around. Oh, she already got brushed this morning. Miss Norma Jean, you ready too? Okay, well, sometimes we joke, say it's time to release the beasts or, release the Kraken. And Rapunzel will be the last one we let out over here. Hey, Albert. Actually, it looks like is her pen closed? It is. It's not locked, but we want this pen open so that the pigs have access to the pools for mud bathing and things like that. So let's open that gate too. And like I said, we'll walk over here. I'm gonna grab these empty syringes. Everybody got their medicine this morning, so I need to go wash these out. Hi, Pansy. Got a lot of ladies, and then there's one of those loud cock-a-doodle-doo gentlemen over there, Giuseppe, that was making quite a bit of noise a minute ago. All right, good morning, guys. Hi, Zelia. Oh, and there's Miss Zoe. See her little white feathers poking out? Hey, girly. That's our oldest turkey. She has a little bit of mobility issues, so maybe she's just giving her legs a rest in the bush there. So we'll come through here. I'll peek at the kitties, and I will be heading out shortly. So thank you, everybody, for being here and seeing this nice October morning with us. Oh, yep, here's Bunny and Houdini. Bunny is the one walking closer to me, the little white and gray. girl, and then Houdini's right behind her. So I know that, in real-time animal rescue, you guys could be all over the world watching. But if any of you do happen to be local, we will be having an event on Saturday, November 4th. We're going to have like a pumpkin smash and bingo event, fundraiser here for the animals. It's always a fun time. We get to, play some bingo and bring your any leftover pumpkins from Halloween, and as long as they're unpainted and unbleached, so that they're safe for all the animals to eat, they will be very appreciative, and it would be nice to meet any of you, like I said, if you are local. So I hope that you guys all have a great weekend and a happy, nice October yourself. See you later.